Alrighty then. So, gonna play some Battle of Wits. Been a little bit. Only edit I've made since the last time I played this deck was I added Mission Briefing, because I've been really impressed with how Mission Briefing plays in other decks. And we need as many redundant Snapcasters as we can get anyway. So, not gonna have time to do a full deck tech on this on this because the deck's massive. But we're gonna go ahead and join a competitive league with it. Oh, I have not updated the deck. All right. Let's do this. Remember, our ultimate goal is to 5-0 with this and be immortalized in the way that MTGO reports decks that 5-0 leagues. Alright, let's start round one. Cool. And this looks like this hand has legs. Amulet Titan? Infect? That's actually rather nice. we might play we might play like a free Wrath. Oh, that'd be so amazing. We get a Logic Knot. We really need some lands. Please flood the board. My roommates are watching, I think, Ready Player One, and I don't know if you can hear Staying Alive in the background, but I can, and it's awesome. Them BGs, though. Spirits. Pass turn, hold up Logic Knot. If we're going to fire off Sunscour, we need to answer at least 3 creatures. I can't get in, I'm going to try. This is a second Drog Skull Captain. We might be in trouble. Actually, if it's a second Drog Skull Captain, that math works out pretty great for us. Because we'll have 3 untapped lands to pay for the Mausoleum Wanderer. Free rats, baby, free rats. I think opponent's head's exploding, and they're frantically reading the card to try and discover what's happening here. The only reason we're running Sunscour is because this deck is a scaled-up blue-white control list, and there's not enough Terminuses to run. So the only other Wrath that you can do on like turn 1 and 2 that's a true Wrath is Sunscour. It's not as good versus decks like Dredge, but it is still relevant versus like the Hollow One deck or things like that. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. 3 cards in hand, excuse me. We're not playing the mill deck anymore. We don't need to stop on our opponent's upkeep. Is this Collected Company? I'll be sad if this is Collected Company. Drog Skull Captain number million. Ooh, Battlewits. Yep. Well, let's pass turn and hold up our counter spells. Opponent gets in for 2. We go to 10. Opponent probably has a... Ooh, that lets us Sunscour again. If we had more white cards, but we don't. So we need... Oh my, that's never happened. I've never had more than 1 Battle of Wits. Alright, well there's a Colonnade. We'll play a Colonnade. Opponent sacks Horizon Canopy to draw a card. Opponent plays a Noble Hierarch. If we draw an untapped land, we slam Battle of Wits because I don't think they have an answer to that. And they probably can't put enough power on board to just kill us. And Spell Queller doesn't counter Battle of Wits. Oh my gosh, it's happening. I'm really sad I have no viewers right now. Like, this is sweet. Watch us get unified, Will. Alright, opponent. What you gonna do? Probably flash Spell Queller and hope you draw 2 lords. So opponent needs to find 2 points of damage. No! How dare you, opponent? How dare you? We got robbed. But if we played anything else in our hand, it would have just gotten Spell Quellered and we would have died anyway, so... Alright, we'll bring in Timely Reinforcements. Sphinx's Revelation's probably good enough to run. We're going to take out our one of Hercule's Recall that I have somewhere, I'm pretty sure. We take that out. We not even have that anymore, I don't think. Wow, I can't even remember what version or what this deck actually plays anymore. Let's drop Disdainful Stroke. Doesn't really counter anything they do. Disallow, probably bad. Remand, less than good. cut one card. Cut and opt. Alright. Yeah, we'll keep this hand. Sleight of hand bottom. We'll actually put Isolate on top. They do run Aether Vial and they do have Mana Dorks, and Isolate's only a singleton. And because we're drawing it this early in the game, it's probably going to be relevant. Spirits is a deck that's really high tempo and needs to play cards every turn, and that includes turn 1. This is an Aether Vial. We're gonna like... Okay. So. We make our opponent's head explode. And then we sleight of hand. Yeah, we'll take commit. Hopefully our opponent was banking on that Noble Hierarch for mana. But they weren't. That's a Supreme Phantom. Play Prairie Stream. Modern Legal Tundra, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see what they do to decide if we're going to flash this Nimble Obstructionist or not. Mausoleum Wanderer. Yeah, let's ambush this Supreme Phantom. Anytime you can kill a Lord and slow him down is a good time to do it. Noble Hierarch number 2. Ooh. Opponent is stuck on 2 lands currently. Alright, well, let's Serum Visions. See what we draw. Island. Battle of Wits and Path. We'll put Battle of Wits and Path to the top. Play a Hollow Fountain tapped. And pass the turn. Is this non-creature spell? Instant or sorcery only. Sweet! So we're gonna get to slam Battle of Wits again. Oh, I did it in the wrong order because we're gonna draw Path. Oh no. I should have done math. I did not do math. Hopefully that not math doing won't kill us. Alright, let's Path the Captain. Gotta do it now before they have mana to do a lot of disruptive tricks. Okay, opponent fetches Flooded Strand and goes and finds Temple Garden, tapped. Nice Expedition. I actually had that one in paper. Lost my binder though. Don't know what happened to it. It's got to be in this house somewhere. Putting a spell back in the deck is not countering it. You want to get around Cavern by playing Spell Callers? We're going to get around Cavern by committing. Opponent decides they would rather have their Trog Skull than their guy. Which means we are going to... theoretically, we land Battle of Wits uncontested because it is still on top of our deck. Hopefully we don't get Spell Pierced here. That would make me supremely sad. No Spell Pierce, please. Okay, no enchantment removal, please. Opponent plays a Horizon Canopy. Desperation cracks it. And we got him! Game 1. I don't know if you were here for Game 1, but Game 1 we lost death exactly with Battle of Wits resolved on board. So that was it was really sad. We even like 0 mana wrathed with Sun Scour, and it was really epic. It is, isn't it? Feels great. All right, we just gotta win this game, and we win the match. This is Game 3 of Round 1. Gods of Jank, I channel your power. Let me, your apostle, win with miracles. If you do, I'm interested to see a list. Alright, we got a Wrath, we got a Timely Reinforcements, we got a Negate, and 1 mana removal. So, let's keep. See what happens. Opponent starts Hallowed Fountain. Aether Vial. Isolate off the top? Oh, damn. Alright. Well, we start with a tapped Hallowed Fountain. Okay. Opponent plays a Horizon Canopy and passes the turn. We play a Glacial Fortress and draw the saddest Logic Knot. It's kind of tempting to mission briefing here, just to manipulate the top of our deck. We might have to do that because we really need another land, like pretty desperately. Opponent is on the slow disruptive plan. Alright, let's see if we can surveil into a third land. Maybe bait the they definitely have Spell Queller. Alright, graveyard. Graveyard. Land. Oh, yes. Alright. Pass the turn. Opponent sacks Horizon Canopy to draw a card. Ticks up the Aether Vial. But wants to vial in a 2-drop now. It's Thalia. As long as I don't have Cavern here, we're still fine. Opponent still holding up Spell Queller. We find another land, that's really good. Good news is, even with Thalia, Logic Knot is still a 2-mana counterspell because of Delve. Delve OP. Opponent gets in for 2. Well, let's try this now. Condemn. Can we get the spell queller? If they have a second one, we're probably screwed. Oh! Oh, we got him! Oh, we got him! Oh, get wrecked. Aether Vial number 2. Oh, man. Oh, we have a real chance. We have a real chance. Okay, opponent has a captain. It's unlikely with 2 vials out that they will ever have to actually cast a spell ever again, which makes our counter spells in hand much, much worse. But at the same time, we might get we might turn Remand into a Think Twice that taps down some of our opponent's mana. I think if I was my opponent, I would use this Moorland Haunt. Oh, that looks really weird with both arts stacked on top of each other. Alright, well, we take 2 here. Ooh, that's a good land. Pass turn. We'll take 1 more hit before we try and Timely Reinforcements with Negate back up. Negate or Remand, anyway. Opponent sacks Horizon Canopy, draws a card. Creates a Spirit token. Vials in a Mausoleum Wanderer. Alright. Things are not looking so good for our intrepid hero at the moment. We really need to find a window of opportunity to resolve this Wrath. Opponent cracks their other canopy to draw a card. Plays a land. Gets in for 6. Alright, well, we take it. Okay. Well, let's try and Timely Reinforcements. Okay, resolves. Doesn't really do much for blocking, but does at least sort of slow down the clock by gaining us a few points of life. Opponent fetches, finds a breeding pool, still sitting on their vials. Keeps 1 on 3. Keeps the other one on 2. So I think what we have to do is like opt into a Terminus that they'll counter and then cast Day of Judgment and make them really sad. Opponent gets in for 6 again. Well, we opt. Is Teferi any good here? Maybe just to tuck the Wanderer so we can set up for a Wrath. Opponent doesn't have any more Horizon Canopies, and they can't Spell Queller this, so I think it's actually worth it to use it as a 5-mana kill spell here that slows the clock a little bit. We'll keep Teferi. We draw Jace. Play Teferi. Opponent has Disdainful Strokes. Alright, that was not expected. Maybe we should have attacked there. It's not like we're blocking anything on the ground. We need to draw another land and have our opponent have no spirits in hand. If we can do that, then we're going to win the game here. We take 6, go to 6. Opponent plays a land. Land, please. Untapped. Alright. Attack with all our dudes. Here goes the Hail Mary. Last card in our opponent's hand. Can't be a spirit. They can't Moorland Hunt to make one. They don't have any creatures in their grave. Opponent sacks Mausoleum Wanderer. We pay 2. Blow up the board. Opponent exiles a Hierarch. Makes a spirit token. If we can play Jace, we can shut off their spirit tokens for as long as they don't have a Lord, but their deck is 90% Lords. So we'll see what happens. I'm wondering what our opponent is, what, like, last card our opponent is sitting on. Alright, it's a Lord. Does Gifts Ungiven do it? If we gift, we'll have 2 white mana open. We can get Oop. That's not what I want. Let me look at the deck list here real quick. If we Gifts Ungiven, we can get... Do we have any white cards in hand? We do not have any white cards in hand. We can get 2 kill spells, but 2 kill spells doesn't save us. We only have 1 fog. We could get Angel Song, Blessed Alliance, a Sun Scour, but we don't have enough. We don't have enough white spells in hand to Sun Scour, which is super awkward. No, Blessed Alliance. We can gain life. Do this now. They don't have any answer to it. We do need some way to answer this Lord. Okay, so we get Angel Song. Blessed Alliance. Sun Scour. And, oh shoot, no, this doesn't do it, does it? If only we had another. Ouch. Do we have any other ways to gain life? Do I not have that life gain land in here still as a one of? Because that would do it, I think. Does not look like it. So I think we actually have to take Opt and try and Terminus on their turn to stay alive. Because Sun Scour won't work right now. Blessed Alliance, Angel Song will. Actually, Blessed Alliance won't. Not without another piece of removal. This is super awkward. Man, why don't we have like a Chaplain's Blessing in this deck? Let me make this bigger. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing here. We're 1 mana off Gideon. Otherwise we could say Gideon... No. Gideon 0 would still kill us. We need this Fog, but we only have the 1. We're missing a white card for Sun Scour. If our opponent lets us have Opt Sun Scour, we can't draw enough white cards. 2 pieces of 1 mana removal doesn't do it because we're at 1. We can't get Angel Song and a Snapcaster and a Mission Briefing, unfortunately. We don't have the mana for Cryptic. Maybe we can bluff our opponent into a bad attack. For those of you watching the VOD, if you spy a line here that I could have taken, please message me. I would like to know. Oh no, I have to take the Opt. I have to take the Opt because Terminus is our only actual real out. Opponent can't give us Angel Song. if they're afraid of Sunscour, they might mill it. They might misplay. Because they can't do anything about a Sunscour right here. Let's see what they do. We do have 4 cards in hand, and the odds that we have white cards in our hand are pretty high. Opponent lets us have the Blessed Alliance. This is unfortunately, we're exactly dead to try and gain life with it. So, at their upkeep, before they draw a card, to prevent them from drawing a Spell Queller, we're going to try and opt into a Terminus. Mana Leak's not a Terminus, and neither is Polluted Delta. Okay. Alright, well, it was a close round 1. 1 white card in hand, or hitting Terminus, and we would have won Game 3. Game 1, we died exactly with a Battle of Wits on board, which was really, really saddening. So, it was close. It was close. Hopefully we do better round 2. That's really tempting. But I'm going to have to mulligan that. This is a little bit better of a hand. Unbearer rights to the bottom, please. Play a Colonnade, pass the turn. Let's see what we're up against. Treetop Village. Looks like Jund. Alright, well, let's slide a hand. Pick up a Windswept Heath. Play Prairie Stream tapped. Pass turn. Opponent plays a Blooming Marsh. Inquisitions has the option of Mana Leak, Spell Queller, or Deck and Stone. I think Spell Queller is probably their best pick. Take Spell Queller. We draw an Angel Song. Play Windswept Heath, pass the turn. Opponent goes to Thoughtseize. Alright, opponent, you can take what you want. Opponent plays a Scavenging Ooze. Alright, well, let's cycle this Angel Song. Do we have any good lands to transmute for here? Don't have enough permanents for Arch of Orazca. Land destruction land's not good enough. Well, we almost certainly Declaration in Stone. Play Talaria West. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Tireless Tracker. They wanted the clue. Play a Windswept Heath. Pass the turn. Two-moding a Blessed Alliance here would be pretty good. Move to blocks, see if they crack the clues. Alright. Well, let's two-mode. We answered a Tireless Tracker, but not before our opponent got two Think Twice tokens. Opponent did not go deep on the Field of Ruin. Probably has like a Liliana or something scary. Fields are Colonnade. If that was their plan, they should have done it with the tracker still on board. Well, let's get an island. Fetch up another Hallowed Fountain. We draw Iona. It's just, we're 4 lands away from casting it. That'd be pretty sweet, wouldn't it? Just Iona on black versus rock. Opponent Thought Seizes. 100% they take Fumigate. They took Iona. Alright, well they were emptying our hand anyway. I was really concerned for a moment. I should have probably fetched a Godless Shrine in case we top decked a Unburial Rites, but probably doesn't matter because our opponent would just tick down Liliana and kill it. Opponent fires up the Treetop Village. I'm gonna get in for 3. No blocks, we got nothing to block with. Opponent plays another land. We draw another land. Now we kind of want to draw like a Sphinx's Revelation off the top. We do have a Singleton. Like gifts would be good if we could get like a bunch of... we could go get the Unburial Rites Terastodon package if our opponent did not just draw a Scavenging Ooze with mana available for it. Yeah, this game is probably over. We don't even have like a planar cleansing effect on the board. Maybe that's what this deck needs, is a Singleton planar cleansing to somehow tutor up. We draw Ghost Quarter, we'll play Ghost Quarter. Pass the turn. Opponent eats Iona. It'd be 1 turbo buff ooze if it ate the corpse of a massive angel. This game is pretty much over. Opponent's going for the tick up to 7 so they can keep her after alt. Opponent discards Assassin's Trophy. That's interesting. Fires up Treetop Village. Gets in for 6. I'm going to not crack Ghost Quarter here because in case we top deck gifts and want to cast something that's 4 mana that we can tutor off of it. Opponent plays Dark Confidant. And we draw a Logic Knot. That's game. Alright. Timely Reinforcements in. Relics in, I think. Sphinx's Tutelet, or Sphinx's Revelation in. So versus Jund, what are we dropping? No, let's just shoot it back. Bring in 8 cards, not sideboard any. Actually, we'll drop Disdainful Stroke. Or not. I would love to play first, thank you. Oh, this hand is... Like, if we top deck nothing but lands, that would be legendarily good. But that will probably not happen. This hand does literally nothing, but without lands, we're going to be screwed, so... Field to the bottom. Start Colonnade. If our opponent Inquisitions us, they just discard a card. Inquisition. Yeah! Gotcha. Draw Supreme Verdict. Alright, Wrath number 2, good to have available. Would like to draw a counterspell just in case of Liliana, but opponent Thought Seizes. Sees that we have the same 2 Wraths. They kept a 1-lander on the strength of Hand Hate. We might actually win. Hallowed Fountain. Tapped. Ooh, Mission Briefing. No land. Ah, robbed. Opponent plays Bob. Considering they missed a land drop, we are 1000% Day of Judgment here. Tempting, but it's Day of Judgment time. 4 mana, kill a Bob. Opponent Inquisitions has the option of Mission Briefing or Cantrip. Takes Mission Briefing. Doesn't want us to scry before we Cantrip. Alright, well let's Serum Visions. We draw a Cryptic Command, which we can't cast. And a Gideon of the Trials and Thematic Compass on top. We can Sleight of Hand for one of these. But I want both. So I'm going to put Gideon on top, and then I'm going to put Thematic Compass on top of Gideon. Opponent plays a Scooze. We play Thematic Compass. Opponent finally finds their 3rd land. That's probably bad news for us. Gets in 4-2. Maelstrom Pulse. Well, it's a good thing that wasn't on Gideon. So draw Gideon. Sleight of Hand. Pick up a Condemn. Play Gideon. Tick up on Skoos. Pass the turn. Opponent plays Fulminator Mage. Well, that'll take us off Cryptic if he cracks him. We draw Snapcaster. Tick up on Skoos. Pass the turn. I think in the interest of leaving up Cryptic Command, if he attacks Gideon with Fulminator Mage, we're going to let Gideon get hit. Playing around Blessed Alliance. There are creatures in the grave, otherwise I would say Snapcaster for Scavenging Ooze. Actually, let's condemn the Skoos. Opponent played around Blessed Alliance, but into condemn. This way we can tick up on Fulminator. Ooh, that's good. Cryptic Lily. Draw Wrath of God. Miracle Terminus. Opponent, Fulminators. Our Colonnade. So we Snapcaster. Target Serum Visions. Cast Serum Visions. Draw land. Put Torrential and Marsh Flats on top. Play land. Animate Gideon. Get in 4/4. Opponent plays Liliana. Ticks up on Snapcaster. Animate Gideon. Kill Liliana. Opponent Thought Seizes. As long as they can't nuke our grave, we have Torrential for Cryptic Command. Okay, opponent blows up Gideon. We will not search our library because we want to draw Torrential Gearhulk. Alright. Now we have a 5/6 that casts Cryptic Command when it enters the battlefield. That seems pretty good. So let's go fetch a Tundra. That's right, this is modern, but we're playing Prairie Stream, so it's basically Tundra. Torrential Gearhulk. Hitting Cryptic Command. Counter target spell, draw a card. We drew another Gideon. Oh, yes. Oh, that's pretty sweet. And a Relic. Alright. Play Relic. Play Gideon. Emblem Gideon. Attack for 5. Well, opponent has to do something. We do have more than 8 damage on the board. Alright, we got him. That was really sweet. We kept a hand that was 6 lands and a Wrath, and our opponent kept a 1-lander with like 3 pieces of Thought Seizes. So that was actually really good for us. So we'll shoot it back. Yeah, I'll keep this. Play an island. Play Relic. Opponent plays Blooming Marsh, Inquisitions us. Probably takes Jace or Declaration in Stone if they have removal for Jace. I can't believe Battle of Wits got worse after Assassin's Trophy got printed. Like, why did that have to be a thing? Why did we coincidentally have to get worse when we were already not great? But fun. Alright, well, let's Sleight of Hand. We'll pick up Search for Azcanta. Play Fairy Conclave. Tapped. Plays an Overgrown Tomb. Plays Liliana. Well, we discard Battle of Wits. Eat the Inquisition. Play Polluted Delta. Play Search for Azcanta. Pass the turn. If we get to 4 mana, we can commit Liliana. Okay, opponent makes this discard. Well, let's discard Declaration in Stone. Opponent discards their 3rd Inquisition. Opponent plays a Fulminator Mage. Well, that's bad news for us. Destroys Fairy Conclave. Okay. Well, let's Relic our opponent's grave. Fetch up a land. And as long as it's not a land on top and we draw a land, mill Remand, transform Search, draw, condemn. Okay, kind of unfortunate there, but nothing we can do about it. If our opponent wants to field Azcanta, we are going to float mana and then commit Liliana. Okay, opponent takes up, makes us discard. We discard Condemn. Opponent discards Liliana of the Veil. Well, we Relic them. Opponent wants to upkeep field us. That's okay. So we get an island. Commit Liliana. Pass the turn. We draw timely reinforcements. That's not bad. If our opponent plays a creature, that's actually really good for us. Opponent plays a Hissing Quagmire. Fires up Treetop Village. Attacks for 3. We take it. Still no lands. I don't want to timely just to gain life. So we're going to hold up Mana Leak. Opponent plays Liliana. We Mana Leak Liliana. No other plays from our opponent. We draw the worst Terminus in the world. Oh, we just need a land. We just need a land. Opponent fires up Treetop Village. Gets in for 3. Plays another Hissing Quagmire. Oh, we got Tectonic Edge. Okay. Well, our only play here is to Fact or Fiction with Jace. Three lands. Well, we'll take whatever pile has 2. Do we actually? We'll take the 2 islands. I still think the 2 islands is correct. Despite the fact that we might get color screwed, I don't think we can risk it. Opponent plays a Tarmogoyf. Animates Treetop Village. Probably attacks Jace here. Okay. Hits Jace. We draw another island. We should have kept the plains if we had known, but we didn't. So, cast Timely Reinforcements, gain some life, make some chumpers. We do have a 6-mana Time Reversal in the grave, but that would almost certainly kill us, like 300%. Opponent animates Treetop Village. Gets in, gets in. Decides against it. For some reason. Oh, because we could nuke the graves with Relic. Kill Treetop Village. Opponent plays Tarmogoyf number 2. Exile Treetop Village. Ooh, another land. Well, play Plains. Pass the turn. I think since we can't cast this time reversal, memory, I think we have to potentially nuke both graveyards if our opponent swings. Okay, opponent Thought Seizes. Sees and takes Terminus. Goes to 16. Goes to combat, attacks. Well, nuke the graves, draw a card. Draw Torrential. Double block a Tarmogoyf in case he's got an instant that doesn't target a creature for some reason. Probably has Assassin's Trophy. Oh. Oh, hits a land, okay. Yep. Well, grab a Plains. Kills our tokens. If we could just like rip a Cryptic command off the top, that'd be so sweet. It's a Prairie Stream. Opponent plays Liliana. Ticks up. We discard an island. Hopefully they attack with both Goyfs. Oh, yes. Okay, so we cast Fat Caster. Block a Goyf. Untap. Kill Liliana. Play our island, because that's the one our opponent knows about. Opponent gets in for 4. We take it. Is this another Liliana? Okay. Fulminator Mage. We draw a Mission Briefing. Alright. Pass the turn. We can't really race at the moment. Opponent fires up a Hissing Quagmire. Gets in for 2. No blocks. Ooh, Teferi. Since we have a double blue card in hand, let's tap like this. This is super sweet. But of course we draw land. Well, we'll play it. We might have to Desperation Briefing for something. Untap, untap. Opponent plays a Confidant. Has a land. Animates Hissing Quagmire. Attacks Teferi. Well, no blocks. Okay, let's fetch a hollow. Let's fetch a Godless Shrine tapped. Opponent decides that's reason enough to nuke it. Okay, perfect. Ooh, Ghost Quarter's very useful. Plus Teferi. Draw Wrath of God. Ooh, do we Wrath now? Opponent has to top deck an answer to Teferi. Get in. Opponent blocks. One, two, three. Yeah, blow up the board. Untap, untap. Pass the turn. It's games like this I really like, where it's like on the edge of your seat the whole time. Like, are we going to get there? Opponent plays Liliana. Alright, well, let's mission briefing and see if we can't hit a counterspell. Let's put Spell Queller in the grave. Settle the Wreckage on top. Choose Wrath because we have to. Opponent's going to minus and pick up probably a Goyf, maybe Fulminator. Opponent returns Tarmogoyf to their hand. Plays the Goyf. Okay, we draw Settle the Wreckage. Now, it depends on whether or not our opponent is going to draw Hand Hate. They already have 3 Inquisitions, 2 Liliana of the Veils, a Thoughtseize in the Exile Zone, and another Thoughtseize in the Grave. I think I'm going to get greedy and tick up Teferi here. Otherwise, because Liliana's not going to do anything for 1 turn. If they draw an answer to Teferi, we're probably losing the game anyway. Okay, Negate's really good here. Opponent fires up Hissing Quagmire. Attacks Teferi. Attacks us. Alright. Settle the Wreckage. Opponent gets 2 lands. Ticks up Liliana. And we draw gifts. I think that wins us the game. Tick down to Fairy on Liliana. Gifts ungiven. Get Unburial Rights, Iona. Gosh, Moto lags so hard when you search a deck this big. This is so ridiculous. And we'll have mana. We'll be able to leave up Ghost Quarter for the Quagmire, so they can't even kill Teferi. Oh, this is good. This is real good. Unburial Rights on Iona. Now we just need to not misclick, and we're going to click black. All right, opponent, your move. You got to answer an Iona. And a Teferi. Without casting any black spells. Opponent fires up Hissing Quagmire. Goes attacking. Well, we'll kill it. Opponent still has basics. And we win the match. Woo! That was a really hard fought victory. That's one of the best games of Magic I've played in a long time. And we still came on top with Battle of Wits. Some silly things happened. And we still made it. We fought our way through like 5 Lilianas, a ton of Tarmogoyfs, Manlands, Hand Hate. Whew. Alright, we're 1-1. Let's keep it up. Oh, yeah, I think this hand's keepable. We'll play Port Town, reveal Snow-Covered Island. F6. Opponent plays another mountain. If this is Arclight red, Oust is actually going to be somewhat useful. Opponent thinking real hard. Desperate Ritual. Rabble Master. Ooh, nasty. Opponent gets a 1-1 with haste. Gets in. We take it. No other option here. We draw Search for Iskanta. So we have 2 options here. We can either take a big hit next turn. We do have a Fog. We really need lands. but also Rabble Master is a huge, huge problem. So we can either search for his Kanta or we can oust the Rabble Master before our opponent's board gets any more out of hand. But we do have a ton of delaying tools. We have Angel Song, Cryptic, potentially Snap Angel Song. So I think the correct choice here is we're going to play Search for his Kanta, kind of play this one a little loose. We really, we have the option, we potentially could Miracle a Terminus, but we really, really need lands like no other. So this is our best shot at getting lands. Ooh, Gemstone Caverns. Opponent, Desperate Ritual. Torch of Defiance. Adds mana. Well, good news is no matter what we did with our line there, we probably weren't gonna get around a Torch of Defiance. So we take a ton of damage here. No, we will not mill Island. Let's oust the Rabble Master, try and slow down the damage. Opponent can tick up here. I think I'm gonna cycle this Angel Song. We need a 4th and 5th land that desperately. And we need to get to Cryptic before our opponent can ult Chandra. Okay, so opponent casts a Rabble Master. Creates a token with haste. Gets in for 3 instead of a billion. We take it. Cycle Angel Song. Come on, lands. There's a land. Oh, Detention Sphere. No, we're not going to mill Detention Sphere. We might need it. Play Flooded Strand. So, depending on what our opponent plays, we are either going to Spell Queller or Snapcaster for Angel Song, so that we can get something onto the board and prevent Chandra from ulting. And hopefully we can then Fumigate. Opponent ticks up Chandra for a mountain. Okay. Okay, opponent gets in for a ton. We fetch up a basic Plains, just in case there's a Blood Moon. I wouldn't put it past our opponent. And Snapcaster for Angel Song. Cast Angel Song. Really need to hit another land here. No blocks. Opponent plays a Hazoret and a Chalice on 0. Well, that's awkward. So if we fumigate, Chandra alts, and we're going to lose. If we detention sphere Chandra, we're going to die to the board because we can't get another blocker down for the Rabble Master. We're 1 mana short. So I'm going to play an island, and on my opponent's upkeep, I am going to tap the board and bounce Chandra. Interesting that our opponent has Ensnaring Bridge in the main board when they're so creature-centric. Miracling a Terminus would be pretty sweet. Opponent recast Torch of Defiance. Pluses Torch of Defiance. Hits us for 2. Mill Jace. Draw Secure the Wastes. Attack Chandra. Fumigate. Reset the board, gain a bunch of life. And hopefully we don't die here. Hopefully our opponent's holding 2 lands so that they can't, well, actually they'd be able to discard, but I forget Hazoret has other text on it. It is in fact a really good card. Opponent ticks up into a Blood Moon. Oh no. Doesn't cast it. gets in for 5. And we got a mill Snapcaster. Transform. We draw Torrential Gear Hulk. Oh, we're dead in so many ways. We're dead to our opponent discarding with Hazaret. We're dead to Chandra being Chandra. Because all he has to do is just not cast the card to kill us. Do we have a way out? There's no cryptic shenanigans we can do. Fumigate's not an instant. Not that that matters. Yeah, but we just died to Chandra. Do they play the other Chandra for rub-ins? No? Okay. Alright, well, Timely Reinforcement's in. Sphinx's tutelage, or Sphinx's Revelation in. And we take out what's really bad versus really fast aggro. Let's take out Tameo. Disallow, I think, is a little bit worse than our other counter spells. And we'll drop one negate, I think. Try it like that. Been having good games, like really good games with this deck. We're so close round 1. Round 2 we won, which was awesome. In this round, it was we were literally a point of life away from surviving. That's 2 separate games. We were 1 point of life away. We need like 1 more piece of incidental life gain. Hopefully when Ravnica Allegiance comes out, there'll be another Azorius control tool. Oh gosh, I don't think we can play that. We'll mulligan. All right, we'll keep Gear Hulk to the bottom. Flooded Strand. Get a basic island. Serum Visions. Draw Negate. Well, we want these, but we also need white lands. Maybe getting Hallowed Fountain was right there. Well, let's opt. See if we can hit a land. It's a land. We'll keep it. Pass the turn. Next turn we can play Thematic Compass, maybe? Opponent plays Chalice on 1. Well, that turns off our Thought Scour, but not the Compass. This card is really good versus Blood Moon. Hopefully our opponent is on a way less aggro plan than last game. Opponent Pyretic Rituals to 4 for Chandra. Adds mana. Simian Spirit Guide. Sarkhan. Loots. Discards a mountain, draws a card. We draw Fairy Conclave. Well, we play the Fairy Conclave, pass the turn. That was a pretty nasty turn. Opponent takes up Chandra. Oh my gosh. Finds a Rabbly Boy. Plays him. We're going to need some serious, serious luck here. Opponent discards Anger. Plays a mountain, makes a goblin, gets in, does the damage. Well, let's go get a plains. We get a mana leak. Pass the turn. Gonna take a big hit here. Takes up Chandra, hits a mountain. Takes up Sarkhan. Loots away a land. Goes to combat. Makes a goblin. Gets in, gets in, gets in. No blocks, take 6. Opponent plays Ensnaring Bridge. I think that's actually good for us. Well, bounce Chandra. Let's make sure to pick the right mode. Bounce Chandra, draw a card. Draw Mana Leak. Untap. We draw Flooded Strand. If we don't Terminus, are we just dead? It's +1/+0 for each other attacking goblin, so that'd be 3 + 5. That's 8. We'd go to 1. If we don't Terminus. We can Terminus next turn. Okay. Like, Sarkhan can't win the game with Ensnaring Bridge out. Opponent makes a goblin. Opponent can't, like, bolt us. Opponent gets in for 8. We go to 2. Opponent loots with Sarkhan. Sarkhan. Discards Ensnaring Bridge number 2. Plays Zalfirin Void. Puts a card on top. Opponent plays Chandra, we negate. We fetch an island. Untap. We draw Jace. Well, if our opponent doesn't have any direct damage, which I think the only direct damage they can have that would work here is Chandra. I haven't seen any other direct damage that they can cast off of, you know, through a chalice on one. That opponent just has the second Chandra. Well, there's nothing we could do about that. We were dead. So close. Both games. Could have won game 1 with 1 more life. Could have won game 2 with 2 more life. It's so unreasonable. How dare our opponents play better decks than us? Well, we're 1 and 2. We still have the opportunity to win. Two lands, a cantrip. Oh, this is a colorless land. This is not a hand. We have to mulligan. Alright, this is much better. Put negate on the bottom. We're going to need some white land. Ooh. Looks like it's Eldrazi and taxes. I'll start Marsh Flats. Opponent ticks up Aether Vial. Plays a Godless Shrine. Tapped. Plays a Relic. All of this is good news for us so far. So let's go get a Hallowed Fountain. Play a Snow-Covered Island. Pass the turn. Opponent relics away our Marsh Flats. Takes up their vial. Opponent plays a Ghost Quarter. Please no Arbiter. Ugh. Wait. I can just pay it. Okay. Not as bad as I had thought. Well, get a plains. Play a Ghost Quarter. Pass the turn. Opponent ticking up Vial. Plays Shambling Vent. Attacks for 2. Well, let's try and Spell Queller. Kill spell mode. Did we get you, or do you have a path? Opponent's got the path. We take 2. Opponent plays a second Aether Vial. We draw Sunscour. Well, let's play Flooded Strand. Let's just do this now. Fetch up our Modern Legal Tundra. Opponent makes us exile a land. Vials in. Flicker Wisp. Well, we'll float mana. This means that we gotta get a Hallowed Fountain then. Because otherwise the Prairie Stream would come in tapped. We could have shocked to keep up Mana Leak, but there's really no reason to. Like, our opponent would just... They'll have a Vial on 1 and a Vial on 4. Okay, opponent gets in for 5. Opponent plays Arbiter number 2. We get a Watery Grave. We're so far from Sunscour, it's not even funny. Well, it's Watery Grave tapped. Pass the turn. We might have to mission briefing to see if we can hit removal. Or just to manipulate the top of our deck. We'll see what happens here. The good news is the cards are put into the grave and chosen as part of resolution. So, graveyard, graveyard. We take 7, go to 4. Put plays a concealed courtyard, tapped. Ooh, Blessed Alliance. I think that lets us stay alive. Because if we 2-mode, they sack. We might have to Ghost Quarter for that to truly work. But that should be okay. Okay, opponent nukes the graves. That's good. Eldrazi Displacer. Well, that's kind of ugly for us. I don't know that we can stay alive now. They sack a Arbiter, we gain 4, go to 8, take 8 and die. If he sacks the wrong one, he didn't. So close. Alright, well, Timely Reinforcement's in. Sphinx's Revelation in. Let's take out... negates are really bad. And so is Disdainful Stroke. Alright. Let's try this. I'd like to play first. This hand just doesn't do anything. If there was a single cantrip in this hand, I would keep it. This is really tempting. I think if we mulligan to 6, we're probably screwed, so we're going to keep this. This deck's prone to drawing lands anyway. Ooh, we drew a cantrip. Opponent's got the Arbiter. We get a Sleight of Hand. And a Windswept Heath. Alright. Windswept Heath. Pay for Arbiter. Fetch Prairie Stream. Oust Arbiter. Opponent has another one. We Sleight of Hand. Take Blessed Alliance. Play Treasure Map. Pass the turn. Opponent plays Arbiter number 2. Thankfully, they do not have a Thought-Knot Seer or a Ghost Quarter. We're going to upkeep Scry. Vryn's Prodigy. We could cast him, but put him on the bottom. We need lands. Alright, that's a tap land. Play the tap land. Pass the turn. Opponent plays another Shambling Vet. Gets in for 4. Opponent plays Lingering Souls. Okay, we're going to scry and try and hit a white land. Obstructionist to the bottom. We draw another land. Okay, well now we have Cryptic. Counter our opponent's spell, tap all their creatures. Flashbacks Lingering Souls. We'll keep Timely. So we could play Battle of Wits. I think we just Wrath the board. Yeah, okay. Opponent Flicker Wisps. Probably takes out a treasure. Okay. Play Battle of Wits. Hell, might as well cast Timely Reinforcements here. Alright. Do you have the answer, opponent? Answer for the 5-mana enchantment that says win the game on it. That's a Ghost Quarter. Opponent attacks for 3. We don't block. Eldrazi Displacer. They're gonna, at our end step, they're gonna Flicker Wisp. So, oh gosh. That's awkward. Alright. Well, let's sculpt some mines. Opponent lets us have Battle Wits back. But I think we're going to get him here. Opponent paths a token. They're worried about Terminus, but in reality they're helping us out. Attacks Jace, attacks me. Fetch another Prairie Stream. Two-mode Alliance. And I think this does it. Because they have to Flicker Wisp now if they want to keep it. They only have one card in hand, so they can't have Land Displacer again. And they need both of those pieces to Flicker Battle of Wits to prevent themselves from losing. Yeah. Cool. We got them. Alright, game 3. Just need to do that again. Have our opponent have the slowest hand in the universe while we do things like casting cards. That seems good to me. Alright. This looks like a hand. Let's do our best. Opponent starts Temple. No Vial. Alright. Play Flooded Strand. Caves of Koilos. Leonin Arbiter. Alright, well let's fetch. And shock. It's too bad his own ability doesn't prevent you from searching. I feel like that would make it fair. Sleight of hand. Let's take the Blessed Alliance. Play Fairy Conclave. Pass the turn. Opponent has another Arbiter. And a tap land. Well, let's play a full value timely reinforcements. Opponent has a Ghost Quarter. That's kind of unfortunate for us. Ooh, and the Thought Knot. Gross. Ugh. That's disgusting. I think they have to take Verdict. Hope we draw more lands. Kind of regret not taking the other blue-white land. Opponent takes Fumigate. Okay, we draw an island. Play field. Plays Combo. And another Ghost Quarter. Oh man, if we could just top deck an untapped white land. That'd be so sweet. Oh, yes! I don't even care that our opponent gets to strip minus one more time. Because theoretically we can just untap, play a land, gifts, untap, win the game. We get to draw a card off Thought Knot. Reset the board. We're still above 20 life. Our opponent's playing a creature-based deck that's only got 2 cards in hand. Feels good, man. No! Oh, okay. No. No more Thought Knot Seers. Why? Ah. Well, if opponent takes gifts, we can kill it with Blessed Alliance. If they take Blessed Alliance, we kill them with gifts. Opponent takes gifts. Pretty reasonable. Okay, we draw a Logic Knot. This taps for blue. Well, play that. Pass the turn. Now we have Blessed Alliance with Logic Knot backup. You are kidding me right now, aren't you? was gonna say, I swear if they Simian Spirit Guide that, I will be so pissed. There will be no safe haven from my rage. Oh! Oh, there is a god. Oh my god. You exist. Thank you. Magic gods, for bequeathing me this victory today. Opponent gets in for a bunch. If their hand is Leon and Arbiter Relic, I'm going to be so mad. It's a Strangler. Alright. They could have Path to Exile. They've gone through a quarter of their deck. They have one card in hand. I actually wouldn't doubt it. But other than picking up, like, the Wrath pile... Like, maybe we pick up 4 Wraths into Teferi. But then we're, like, a long ways out from actually winning the game. I think just Unburial Rites and... Elishnorn. Because that kills 2 of their creatures. Yeah. Like, we could get Battle Wits, Wrath, well, no, Teferi doesn't do it. Let's just do this. My brain hurts. Unburial Rites. Elishnorn. Kill half our opponent's board. 2/3 of our opponent's board, anyway. Okay, no Path to Exile, please. Opponent finds another temple. Do we have any sweet 0-mana tech we can get here? Tutor up Colonnade or another Fairy Conclave. I think second Fairy Conclave is actually better. Ends the game a little faster. Opponent draws a third Eldrazi Temple. If they draw a path at this point, we can race. Like, they path us, they swing, we kill it, we get in for 4, they go to 1. We swing again and they die. I think we've got them. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Every victory we've had has been long and hard fought and worth it. If you're watching and you haven't followed yet, please do. If you enjoy this content, if you enjoy watching me suffer for my victories, once we get to 100, you can see in the corner, we're trying to make it to 100, so then I'm going to open like 55 treasure chests. If we win this round, it'll be 56 treasure chests. Oh dear. On a side note, I think we might need engineered explosives and a Chalice of the Void in here for the Talaria West transmute package. I just can't afford them. I'd love to play first. Oh my god, it's a hand that can win the game. Oh, it's beautiful. We're going to start Fairy Conclave. No. Well, at least they can only take Forbidden Alchemy here. Counterspell, please. Counterspell. Counterspell, please. I would like... Well, that's sometimes a counterspell, but not right now. Opponent is tanking hard on their main phase. Plays a fetch land. Cracks the fetch land. Finds a swamp. Plays Confidant. Alright, well let's go get a Hallowed Fountain tapped. Supreme Verdict. That's a good card. Okay, play a tapped Godless Shrine. Pass the turn. Opponent reveals Bloodstained Mire. Plays the Bloodstained Mire. Attacks for 2. We'll take it. Opponent plays Tarmogoyf. Sure. We draw an island. Play the plains. Pass the turn. See if we can't just go for the quick Gifts kill here. Reveals a Scavenging Ooze. Inquisitions can take literally Snapcaster Mage. If they don't have a second green source. this to me. Opponent gets in for 6. Opts to not play Scavenging Ooze. Well, alright then. Let's go get Unburial Rites Iona on black. They shouldn't have a way to interact with this at instant speed from their hand. And we should have a commit to protect us from lethal. If we draw like a path, that would be amazing. Play an island. Reanimate Iona. Name black. Opponent can't Assassin's Trophy it. They can't Maelstrom Pulse it. Can't Liliana tick down it. They can play 2 more mountains and cast 3 lightning bolts. Can't Fatal Push it. Opponent plays a Scavenging Ooze. And Verdant Catacombs. Opponent does not attack into the Iona. We'll play Ghost Quarter. Get in for 7. They could plummet it. Alright, so between Fairy Conclave to block and commit to protect Iona, I think we've won. Opponent eats Gifts Ungiven out of spite. Fetches with Verdant Catacombs, but already has a forest, so they have to shock if they want to eat Snapcaster Mage. They reveal a Maelstrom Pulse that they cannot cast. It's 'cause it's black. Opponent casts Bloodbraid Elf. Wheels into Tarmogoyf. Casts Tarmogoyf. Casts Bloodbraid Elf. Goes on the big attack. Well, we fire up Fairy Conclave. We block Bloodbraid. And we commit the attacking Goyf. And I think we have successfully blunted the assault and won game 1 versus Rock, or Jund. Alright, so bring in Timely Reinforcements. Bring in Relics of Progenitus and a Sphinx's Tutelage, or Revelation. That's like the 4th time I've said that today, but I am just kind of ecstatic right now. So versus Jund, we take out Disdainful Stroke. We might take out Jace Vryn's Prodigy. I don't know that he's actually good here, because he's just like, he's our only creature that if it dies to Fatal Push is actually awful. Hopefully our opponent goes on the plan of like trying to bring in a ton of Grave Hate, because they're like, oh my gosh, it's Gifts Ungiven, and they reanimate Iona and we lose. And then they dilute their deck to the point where they don't have like if they keep an opening hand that's all Hand Hate and Grave Hate and no threats, because they're like, if I do this they can't win. Well, then they're wrong. Okay. We got 2 chances at victory for the league. This hand's unplayable. Come on, deck. Magic gods, I beseech you. Please don't forsake me. He mulligans, so we're mulliganing. Ugh. Oh, if that was any other land, this would be so good. Oh, we can't. We can't go any lower. We're going to keep a colorless land hand. Oh, thank God. Rewarded. Play a Port Town. We're not revealing. Plays Nile Spellbomb. Alright, Nimbus Maze. Search for his Kanta. Your move. So, like, the Nile Spellbomb is going to be like a temporary setback at worst. Hopefully they're going to be, like, afraid of it all game, so they just won't crack it. That'd be sweet. Opponent plays their Tarmogoyf. Okay, top of our deck is a Timely Reinforcements. No, we will keep that. We will keep Timely Reinforcements. Serum Visions. We draw another Port Town. And a Teferi and a Relic. Put Teferi on top, put Relic on top of Teferi. Play Colonnade. Pass. Opponent plays Liliana. Makes us both discard. We discard Timely Reinforcements. I think. It's either that or Spell Queller. Let's discard Spell Queller. It makes the Goyf 1 point bigger, but Timely buys us more time. Like, way more time. Opponent discards Assassin's Trophy. They don't think they're going to need it. Opponent gets in for 4. We take it. No, we keep the Relic. Play Tectonic Edge. Stop on my opponent's draw step. Commit Liliana. Actually, no. That's dumb. I'm not doing that. They might have another Liliana in hand. So we're going to see what they do. Opponent gets in for 4. They didn't even tick up Liliana. They want both cards in their hand. Okay. Commit Liliana. We are not milling Teferi. Play a Port Town. timely reinforcements. Okay, we're keeping Relic in hand just in case our opponent draw, like their other card is a Liliana of the Veil. That way we can... Okay, it's a Confidant. And we know they're taking 3. Yeah, we'll mill a land. Draw a land, okay. So play the island. Play Teferi. Plus Teferi. Opponent Assassin's Trophy Teferi. Alright. Get an island. Draw a card. Play Relic. Pass the turn. I'm thinking we do that at our end step here. Opponent Surgicals Teferi. They brought in all the grave hate. Just wait till they see our deck. Nice try, guy. I think at our end step, we're actually going to blow up Overgrown Tomb because we know the top card of their deck is Liliana, and we can prevent them from casting it. Opponent's having some struggles to get that to exile. I mean, they get to draw 2 cards, potentially 3, so they could find another black land. Man, opponent is like timing out trying to get these last 2 Teferis. He got it. Oh, drew the black land. Oh, that is unfortunate. Though they will have to crack Nile Spellbomb now if they want us to not flip search. No, I will keep disallow. Kill Lily. Pass the turn. Opponent finds a Thoughtseize. We don't really care about Thoughtseize too much, but we'll nuke the graves now. Oh, I guess potentially we could have hid something from them. Opponent takes Disallow. Goes to 8. Cracks Nile Spellbomb. Draws a card. Shrinks the Goyf. Alright. Opponent attacks for 2. Opponent is in the danger zone to their own Bob. They have 2 draws to answer this colonnade. Play Relic. Opponent finds an Inquisition. They inquire. But are they dead to the colonnade? Yes! We got him! Oh! We 3-2'd with Battle Wits after some of the hardest games I have ever played. Oh my gosh. Whew. Celebration. This deserves some celebration. Oh my god. We got there. If you like this content, if you like watching me suffer, if you like watching me get drunk and beat people with Battle of Wits, please follow the channel. We're at 96 out of 100. I just want to get to 100 followers. When we do, we're going to open now 56 treasure chests. I'm going to have to make a deck tech video for this eventually to explain how I created it and why it is the way that it is and why some of the card choices are so weird. I expect that in the future. But thanks everybody for tuning in. You're all awesome. You guys are great. Thanks for supporting me. We do not have a Pact of Negation. That's another card we should probably add. We need to add an Engineered Explosives, a Chalice of the Void, and a Pact of Negation, and maybe a Walking Ballista for the Talaria West tutor package. Though that might be too cute. Anyway, I hope you all have a great night. I'm going to sleep because I need the sleep. And I will see you guys later. You can expect this one up on the YouTube. Bye.